Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to our online session. I am Dr. Selima Sultana, Associate Professor of Pharmacology and Therapeutics. Hope you are well. Today my topic is adrenergic nervous system. You know, adrenergic nervous system is a part of autonomic nervous system and it includes adrenergic nerves, adrenergic neurotransmitters, adrenergic receptors, adrenergic drugs, and adrenergic antagonists. At first, I discuss about adrenergic nerves. Adrenergic nerves are all postganglionic sympathetic nerve except nerve to Sweat gland and also some neurons in the CNS. Adrenergic neurotransmitters are noradrenaline and adrenaline. Adrenergic receptors are alpha receptors and beta receptors. Adrenergic drugs can be classified in different ways. This classification is important, so you should remember this. Adrenergic antagonists are also important because it includes alpha blocker and beta blocker. Now I will discuss about synthesis of noradrenaline and adrenaline. Noradrenaline is synthesized at the adrenergic nerve ending and adrenaline is synthesized in the adrenal medulla. In step 1, noradrenaline synthesis, tyrosine is an essential amino acid, enters into the adrenergic nerve ending by active transport. From tyrosine, DOPA is synthesized. Here the enzyme is tyrosine hydroxylase, which is a rate limiting enzyme. From DOPA, dopamine is synthesized. Here the enzyme is DOPA decarboxylase enzyme. And from DOPA, noradrenaline is synthesized. Here the enzyme is dopamine beta hydroxylase. And from noradrenaline, adrenaline is synthesized. And tyrosine hydroxylase is a rate limiting step. If we stop this enzyme, then noradrenaline synthesis will be stopped. Now the release of noradrenaline. Noradrenaline is released into the synaptic cleft by exocytosis. An action potential reaches the nerve ending, causes depolarization of the nerve ending, then calcium ion enters into the nerve ending, then vesicle moves towards the presynaptic membrane, fusion of vesicular membrane with the presynaptic membrane, release of noradrenaline into the synaptic cleft with other vesicular contents. Now, the fate of noradrenaline. 70 to 80% of the released noradrenaline is reuptaken by active transport process to cytoplasm and then to vesicle. This is known as uptake 1. It also can be metabolized into vinyl mantelic acid by monoamine oxidase and catechol or methyl transferase. It also undergoes diffusion and dilution. It is distributed in the whole body and uptake into the non-nervous tissue, that is muscle, liver, adipose tissue. This is known as uptake 2. And adrenaline only synthesized and released from adrenal medulla and circulates in the whole body through blood and comes to the adrenergic nerve ending and uptaken into adrenergic nerve ending along with noradrenaline. This is called uptake 1 by active process and stored into the vesicle. Now the location and action of receptors. Alpha 1 receptor is located in the smooth muscles of blood vessels supplying skin and viscera. Contraction of the smooth muscles of blood vessels causing vasoconstriction increases total peripheral resistance and thus increases blood pressure. Now it also located in the eye, that is radial muscle or dilated pupillae muscle of the eye, and contraction of the dilated pupillae muscle causes dilatation of the pupil or mydriasis. Now alpha 2 receptor. Alpha 2 receptor is situated in the presynaptic membrane. Its effects is inhibition of release of noradrenaline from adrenergic nerve ending by negative feedback mechanism. It is also located in the beta cell of pancreas and causes decreased release of insulin. Beta 1 receptor is located in the heart and kidney. In the heart, it causes all the parameters of the heart increased and ultimately causes increased blood pressure. In kidney, it is situated in the juxtaglomerular apparatus of kidney, causes increased renin release and increased blood pressure. Beta 2 receptor is located in the smooth muscles of blood vessels supplying the skeletal muscle and it causes relaxation of smooth muscle of blood vessels. The smooth muscles of bronchus effect relaxation of smooth muscles of bronchus and ultimately causes bronchodilation. It is also situated in the smooth muscles of GIT, causes relaxation of smooth muscles of GIT, decrease peristaltic movement or motility, and maybe causes constipation. Also situated in the smooth muscles of uterus and causes relaxation of mainly gravid uterus and delay premature labor pain. It is also situated in the liver and muscle and increases glycogenolysis and increases blood glucose level. An alpha cell of pancreas, it causes increased release of glucagon, and beta 3 receptors are located in the adipose tissue. Now the classification of adrenergic drugs. Adrenergic drugs are classified according to chemical nature. They may be catecholamines and non-catecholamines. Catecholamines, that is divided into natural or endogenous or synthetic or exogenous. Natural or endogenous catecholamines are dopamine, noradrenaline, adrenaline, and synthetic or exogenous catecholamines are isoprenaline and dobutamine. Non-catecholamines are amphetamines, tyramine, ephedrine, etc. According to receptor selectivity, selective drugs which act on single receptor only are alpha-1 receptors, phenylephrine, oxymetazoline, methoxamine, alpha-2 receptors, alpha-methyl-dopa, clonidine, beta-1 receptor, dobutamine, beta-2 receptor, salbutamol, tarbitalin, salmeterol, etc. Non-selective drugs which act on more than one receptor acts on all receptors are adrenaline, acts on alpha-1, alpha-2 and beta-1 receptor, noradrenaline, acts on beta-1, beta-2 and beta-3 receptors, isoprenaline, acts on alpha-1, alpha-2 and beta-1 receptors and dopaminergic receptors. According to mode of action, they can be directly acting, indirectly acting or mixed acting. Directly acting are all catecholamines, indirectly acting are amphetamine, tyramine, mixed acting is ephedrine. And according to clinical use, they may be cardiac resuscitator, that is adrenaline, dobutamine, isoprenaline, etc., bronchodilator, salbutamol, uterine relaxant, tarbutalin, nasal decongestant, phenylephrine, CNS stimulator, amphetamine. Now the pharmacological effects of adrenergic drugs. Number 1 is peripheral excitatory effects, number 2 is peripheral inhibitory effects, and number 3 is cardiac excitatory effects, number 4 is central excitatory effects, number 5 is metabolic effects, and number 6 is presynaptic modulation of release of neurotransmitter, and number 7 is endocrine, that is modulation in the release of renin, insulin or pituitary hormones. Now the peripheral excitatory effects. Peripheral excitatory effects increases blood pressure and causes mydriasis. Peripheral inhibitory effects causes bronchodilation, uterine relaxation, vasodilatation of blood vessels supplying skeletal muscle. In gut, it causes relaxation. Cardiac excitatory effects is all the parameters of the heart increased except refractory period of AV node. Central excitatory effects is insomnia, wakefulness, alertness, restlessness, convulsion, etc. Metabolic effects is hyperglycemia, lipolysis, glycogenolysis, and the presynaptic modulation of release of neurotransmitter. Endocrine is modulation in the release of renin, insulin or pituitary hormones. Now the clinical uses of adrenaline. It is used in anaphylactic shock along with local anesthetic, hypoglycemic shock. Role of adrenaline in anaphylactic shock. It causes vasoconstriction, increases total peripheral resistance and increases blood pressure, bronchodilation and decreased bronchial secretion. And role of adrenaline along with local anesthetic is prolong the effect of local anesthetic by vasoconstriction. Now the contraindications of adrenaline are hypertension, cardiac arrhythmia, ischemic heart disease, diabetes mellitus, hypothyroidism, cerebral hemorrhage, patient taking non-selective beta blocker. Adverse effects of adrenaline are CNS disturbance, cardiac arrhythmia, pulmonary edema, cerebral hemorrhage. Others, anxiety, tension, headache, tremor, palpitation, restlessness, dizziness, etc. Now dopamine. Dopamine is the immediate precursor of noradrenaline and adrenaline. It is a central neurotransmitter. It is rapidly hydrolyzed by monoamine oxidase and catechol or methyl transferase, so it is orally ineffective. It cannot cross blood-brain barrier, acts on dopamine receptors. Receptors are dopamine 1 to 5. Among these, D1 and D2 are important. So site of D1 and D2 receptors are D1 brain smooth muscles of renal and mesenteric vascular bed. D2 is brain smooth muscles presynaptic nerve ending. Now the pharmacological effects of dopamine. In low dose, it acts as dopamine agonist. It binds with D1 receptor, causes renal vasodilatation, increased blood flow, increased GFR, causes natriuresis, improvement of renal function. So it is used in the treatment of shock. In moderate dose, it acts as beta-1 agonist. It stimulates beta-1 receptor of heart, increase heart rate, force of contraction, increase systolic blood pressure, and diastolic blood pressure does not increase due to dilatation of blood vessels in kidney and splanchnic blood vessels. In high dose, it acts as alpha agonist. So it causes vasoconstriction and increased blood pressure. Now the clinical uses of dopamine, in various types of hypovolemic shock it is used along with oliguria and acts cardiogenic shock. Dopamine is the drug of choice. It is given by continuous intravenous infusion. It acts by stimulating beta-1 receptor of heart, increases heart rate. It increases renal blood flow and GFR, that is natriuresis. Adverse effects of dopamine are hypertension, palpitation, tachycardia, headache, cardiac arrhythmia, and general pain. And now, why dopamine is preferred to adrenaline in cardiogenic shock? Dopamine acts on beta-1 receptor of heart, increases heart rate and force of contraction, increases blood pressure. It acts on D1 receptor, causes renal vasodilatation, increases blood flow, increases GFR, causes natriuresis, improvement of renal function. So there is no chance of kidney damage. That is why dopamine is used in cardiogenic shock. Now the difference between adrenaline and ephedrine. Source is adrenaline is animal, ephedrine is plant, nature. Adrenaline is neurohormone, ephedrine is alkaloid. Mode of action. Adrenaline is directly acting and ephedrine mixed acting. Duration of action. Adrenaline short duration, ephedrine prolonged duration of action. The vasopressor effect is more in adrenaline and less in ephedrine. CNS action is less in adrenaline and more in ephedrine. Tachyphylaxis not produced in adrenaline, ephedrine produce tachyphylaxis. Now the pharmacological effects of amphetamine and ephedrine are same as adrenaline, but their duration of action is prolonged because they are non-catecholamines and are not metabolized by MAO and COMT. And indications of amphetamine is anorectic agent, hyperkinetic children, minimal brain dysfunction as analeptic in barbiturate poisoning. This is all about today's session. See you in the next session. Stay safe, stay strong. Allah Hafiz.